Want to see 8 dead bodies? Now a little visual as we do the commentary. But I was thinking about some of the conversations that's been of late of the manosphere, aka niggas who need dads. And some of the I guess founders or uppers top of these dialogues. I don't think a lot of stuff is making sense or adding up. Again, like I heard one post where dudes are talking about high value men pay for $200 dates and no complaining, this and that, and blah blah blah, all that other stuff. I'm like, huh? That's what we do. Like trying to set these standards and ideas and values, but it's like beyond even Black America, where we know we're dead last, we're worst in every statistic. We're the first in every worst statistic and last in every good one. But beyond that, like just Americans in general, we just got out of a 2-year pandemic, right? We just got out of that. And who knows what that did to, the family structure and money and resources. This time, it was different. It didn't hit the women like it did in the past. Like, this one hit the women harder than it did men because they chose to stay home. And, a lot of people who worked in the office don't want to come, they like that. They don't want to go back to work. But as you see, all these companies are trying to make people come back to the office. All the tech companies and whatnot. But, I'm just confused at, like, the conversations, though. It's like $200 dates and these standards and stuff like that most Americans aren't even in a position to get into or access. Like, what is the stat is what most Americans are $400 away from a catastrophic event to leave them, behind or in debt. Like, again, like this shit don't make sense to me. These conversations need to be more practical and updated because they don't make sense. Like, how is you? I don't know. We out of a pandemic of 2 years. We about the interest rate. The government, they keep playing with the interest rates and the feds or whatever. There's this back and forth. Everybody else is buying up all the property. These conglomerate Blackwater groups. Everybody about to be renters. Like, so the normal general ways that people generate wealth and build wealth, they getting kind of cock blocked. But I just don't get it. These conversations are dumb to me. Like they really don't make any sense. Like, no, you don't buy $200. Yeah, this dude called me Jason Bourne right here. Anyways, yeah, but how does that even work though? Like, I get the patriarchal structure and all that conversations that people keep talking about for the last 10 years on YouTube, but it's just like, and it's like the worse the economy get, the more the world changes, the more we double down on that, even though many of the people preaching it, they're not living that lifestyle themselves, if we keep it in the buck. You got Obsidian talking about I'm a lifelong bachelor, blah, 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 talking about legacy and family. Did a whole breakdown of the new Game of Thrones series, the Targaryens and legacy and what that all meant. But he don't have any kids and he's not leaving a legacy. He don't want any. He talks about how the Black community needs to be married and all that and how that will help and fix a lot of our problems. Agreed, but he not doing that himself. Half these people teaching, with air quotes, writing books that's Amazon bestsellers, which that don't mean shit, or New York Times bestsellers, which that doesn't mean, because I've never seen a book that wasn't. That doesn't mean anything. To me, it doesn't. But people are preaching and teaching things that they themselves aren't even living themselves and don't even want and don't even make sense. Like, how can you do that? How do you encourage the guy to do that when you trying to be the high value man example, but you're not doing it your damn self? I don't. It shit don't add up. Don't make sense to me. It just doesn't. I think we got to adapt with the times and realize it is what it is. This is where we at. One time, Sydney was talking about, yeah. My woman don't work for the white man, or she works part time or per diem, or she can work from home and this and that. Just saying wild shit that white Americans can't even do. Like, huh? Like, what are we talking about here? The average young couple is growing up today, and if they get together young, which is a problem we have in these conversations when we talk about being with people, people are in their 40s on YouTube and higher than that, but not married yet, but still talking about the prospects of marriage and whatnot. But like, these young kids ain't waiting. Either they gonna do it young or whatever, and it's gonna be a good successful marriage, or they gonna do it young. They like how our generation parents were, where they got married and got divorced in their 40s and 50s, whatever. But my point is that they're not waiting till they 40, 50 years old. The dudes aren't waiting till they get success to start families and get married and all that stuff. Hence, one of the problems with birth rates. Wait till you're damn near 40. People say black men need to get successful sooner. How, Sway? I'm asking seriously. Like, how? And then there's the reality of when we do have money and we are in a position, the things we have to do and the things that are expected of us, especially black men, take care of our families and Pookie, Ray Ray and them and all that other stuff. So we can't do the same things with our resources that our counterparts do. I don't know, it just blew my mind listening to one of them lives where dudes was really arguing about, you know, you should be doing this and you should be doing that. And I'm just like, no. Save your money, invest your money. Get out. If she want to live the lifestyle and that's not your thing, she's not the girl for you. Treating a girl you're with is one thing, right? Obviously the whole, if you complain about it or whatever, you broke and dusty, the whole internalized racism thing that we do amongst each other with black people. We call each other dusty and broke, which is weird, but that's like the new colorism with the internalized racism. Like, you're dusty. Like, okay, yes, black man, go Google the net worth in every black major city. Most of you Negroes are dusty. Most black people are, if you want to be honest. And I don't see us getting out of it with the conversations that I've been seeing online, especially of late. It's like people are doubling and tripling down, and they're not adapting to times where everybody else is adapting. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. America's not made or set up to be what it used to be. So trying to run to that and do that without fixes here, fixes there, it's like, it's not going to happen. I did a video, I didn't upload it yet, just I compared and contrast two people in law enforcement that I know. The black dude didn't marry the woman, and basically when he broke up with his girl, he ain't had to give her nothing. Sad to say, but that was the truth. The white dude that married the woman who was a thot, was smashing everybody, getting her back blown out, left him. He took her back, left him again because she kept cheating on him. He had to pay her $400,000 of his deferred comp. Like, if dudes is trying to get with women that have things to lose to, so that in case some shit happens, in case a divorce happens where it should be split down the middle and joint custody and blah, 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 like, I can't knock them for wanting to subscribe to that. If they want an equal partnership type of relationship, that's what they want. It is what it is. No obsidian. Every dude who does that is not going to end up with a girl that looks like Stacey Abrams, because we know there's Pookies and Red Rays and dudes driving a girl a car right now, and she bad, and he ain't offering nothing. He got her off the strength of nothing too. But I don't know, that was just my video. A couple weeks ago I was listening to those videos, and I wanted to do a video, and I just lately I had a little clip I wanted to show these 8 bodies dead and talk about at the same time. But I'm just saying, 2023, let's walk into the New Year's and elevate the conversations and be more practical, because they don't make sense to me. We're trying to grasp and hold on to something that even white America letting go of. I'm not saying that that's a good or bad thing. I'm just saying, like, look at how our economy is. Look how our system is structured. The workers for a minute was like, no, we good. We not going, with the stimulus checks and all that stuff. And as I said before, if black folks wasn't in America, America would have been adopted some Europe standard of UBI or something. But the white folks think that when black folks get stuff, they want to sabotage it even for themselves. But that is what that is. But if black folks were here, something like that would have been implemented, because the pandemic showed you that. And right now they're saying, like, it's weird, right? Because how did this shit make sense? the Fed is trying to keep people from hiring too fast, but there's a million jobs out there that need to be filled, but they can't fill them too fast because they keep messing up the inflation and messing up the economy. Like, this shit is crazy. But we having lives shitting on black men or other men who don't subscribe to $200 random dates. Like, it's not even the principle of it, the money of it, you know? It's the reality of the average American is $400 away from being screwed and being all messed up and damn near about to be evicted. But these are the conversations we having. I guess when you are childless, you don't have children, you're not worried about building a legacy, and you're not living to leave something for another generation, you can talk like that, I guess. And you can operate like that, you can move like that. But if you're young, I got friends, young, married in the military, just bought a house, you know, going back to school, using their GI Bill and using their all that stuff that they put their bodies through paying for in the military for. And their lifestyle, that's not practical for their lifestyle. It's just not. They got a mortgage, they got car notes, they got a kid, you know? And I'm saying they're married and you should take your wife out and splurge and do stuff like that and spend money and all that stuff. But why are we telling young single guys to do that who aren't married yet, or who got a bunch of other responsibilities? But I guess that's what it is, though. When it boils down to, if you don't have any responsibilities and you're not taking care of other things and not taking care of sick parents and you don't got kids and child support not getting in your pockets, whatever, I guess you could do these things and chastise young men for that. Even the same thing, like, we claim that, you know, young dudes shouldn't get married until blah 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 age. But again, who's waiting around? Who's not gonna want that human contact and whatever? Yeah, I criticize the incels and involuntary dudes and all that, and they're getting kicked up and down the damn internet by everybody. Even mainstream media has made a mockery of them. Like they should just go die somewhere. Even when they get motivation and get the proper conversation to boost themselves, they attack people like Jordan Peterson or whatever, who, I don't know why they made him the king of the incels or whatever, because he's not. He's the typical, even though he's a liberal, progressive, I mean, politically, I think, he still subscribes to the whole man up, be a cog in the wheel, go out there and participate in the system, blah, blah, blah. But still, they somehow made him, Olivia Wilde, made him the king of the simps and incels. I don't know. What are your thoughts, though? Like, this real thought, when you listen to some of these conversations, these lives, these hangouts, these debates, still, like, even though they toned down the ratchet, crazy stuff that people had to tone down before the apocalypse and all this stuff, and all those crazy rumbles that was going on, and they tried to elevate the conversation a little bit more, but it's like, we saying this, and it, to keep it a buck, everybody's on now new and thriving and popping. They just saying the same shit that was said 10 years ago on YouTube. It's just updated. They reviewing the same clips and using the same CNN or Fox or some doctor wrote the book about this and boys failing. It's just the same shit repackaged. And I get it. It's a business. That's money. And YouTube. And a lot of us who was on here 10 years ago, whatever, we didn't do it, or we had other shit going on, or we didn't want to take it to that level. We didn't want to be on camera, whatever. Had shit to lose, you know. But this next tier, or it's like 5 tiers later, but this tier, they doing that. But can the conversation elevate a little bit? Just a little bit. Like, can there be some practicality in these conversations? When you, like, what is your real advice for a young man? Like, yeah, the financial stuff, obviously, is it a given? Learn a trade, go to school, blah, 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 save your money. Don't, you know, how a teacher said it to me, a business law teacher said, he was like, you know, you go to college, you go work for the government for like 8 years so you get vested or whatever. Back then it was 8 years. And then after you get your money, make your connections, all that, go work for the government. and then and save and chill. You don't buy the gadgets, and you don't. If just real talk, listen. If we would have listened to that advice, which most people didn't, and he was a millionaire because he invested in the stock market, unlike Boyce. But he actually was a millionaire because of that. He started for like $8 million teaching at a community college. It was weird. But he basically said that, like, y'all too much in y'all consumption stage. Y'all want to buy the gadget this and gadget that. The money, if y'all spent this money and put it in the stock market, boom, boom, boom. He basically said those are the keys to life, for success, or whatever in this country. Buying a house, getting equity in it, getting all that type of stuff. But those are things, that's what he said was practical. But it's not human nature to do those things. And he even pointed it out, like, in human nature is to go out. Even that's why Dave Ramsey's whole logic is you pay off the small debts first, even if they got higher interest rates on other debts, because it's a snowball effect. It makes you feel good, paying this one off, moving to the next thing. And I'm saying we're not addressing that human nature part. Why dudes is not going to do some of the things you're just saying. If motherfuckers is lonely and whatnot, they just not doing that. I don't know. What y'all think?